Welcome to Jewellery Pod, Wafa.
Thank you for having me today. I'm very glad to meet you and to be here.
So, before we begin, I would want you to tell everyone what you do and what this beautiful pearl brand is all about.
I'm Wafa Bar. I'm the general manager for Robert Wan Middle East, so I take care of all the region. Our headquarters is in Dubai. It's where I sit mainly. And I take care of the region of Qatar, which is one of our main markets after Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Turkey as well. And we're trying to work on expanding the market for the black pearl.
Being a jewelry insider, I do know a lot about it. It was very interesting to know that though we can say just black pearl and summarize the whole conversation in two words, but actually there are more than 25 shades of gray pearl. There are like several shapes, like nearly 10 or more than 10 shapes. And you, as a brand, putting it in a beautiful jewelry form, you have formed various collections about it. So we would love to know about its origin, who did this brand, and how it came into picture, and how people are loving it in GCC.
Okay, let me tell you a little bit of... tell you the story of Robert Wan from the beginning, so you just understand from where we're coming and where we're going. So basically, the story of Robert Wan, the main emperor of the Tahitian pearl, started in Japan in 1970s. At this time, Japanese were already established in the pearl farming by Mr. Mikimoto, who is the father of the commercial pearl farming. So Mikimoto sent a master called Mr. Sato, who is a figure well known in the pearl culture, who studied all the oceans and were looking for the oyster that can produce the black pearl. Why? Because Mikimoto at this time, they were already in the business more than 100 years, and they wanted to complete the collection, including the black pearl, to their collection. So after studying all the ocean, they figure out that only the Sea of French Polynesia have a specific atoll that allow living this oyster called the Pinctada margarifera, or we can call more simply the oyster with the black lip that produce this famous Tahitian pearl that we also call the gem of the Pacific, that produce pearl from different shades, going from gold color to dark cherry, passing by gray, different shades of gray, blue, green, peacock, which is one of the favorites of Mr. Robert Wan, which is inside cherry and outside green. We have a variety of color. Really, it's very difficult even to name them. It's hard for the sorting as well. We have different shape, different size. Size go from 8 to 16 mm. We have some pearl until 22 millimeter that Mr. Robert don't want even to sell, because for him it's unique pieces that sit in the museum in Tahiti, in Papeete. So just we go back to the story. So Mr. Sato contacted Mr. Robert Wan, invited him to Japan to meet Mikimoto family, and they offer him to teach him the pearl farming. Wow. And they also promise him that if he will be able to produce high quality pearl, they will be a loyal customer. So Mikimoto believed on Robert Wan from the first. Then Robert Wan accepted the challenge, went back to French Polynesia, installed the pearl farming. After 3 years, he did the first harvest. Mikimoto was so amazed by the quality, the color, the shape, the luster of the full harvest, so he bought the full harvest. So until this day, 1974, Mikimoto and Robert Wan started friendship, relationship, business relationship as well, that is until today. So this is how Robert Wan started. So that's why when I see Japanese pearl, for us it's not, I don't see them as a competition. No, they're just different. Each sea is giving different pearl color. In the Gulf we have different oyster that mainly producing small pearl, light color, cream color, pearl color. In Philippines, we have oyster that is producing beautiful gold color pearl, very incredible. And this is how it started. So the black pearl, the Tahitian pearl, are only proper to this oyster living in the Sea of French Polynesia. So in the market, whenever you see black pearl, black strand, you can be sure it's Tahitian. They even call them the Tahitian pearl.
Mm-hmm. You have summarized such a big history in few minutes. That's amazing. How was your association with the brand? And pearl is something that interests you, or this was your field of interest?
So pearl, I think it's a gem which is very spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's the only gem coming from a living animal.
Yeah.
It's a gem that is mentioned in the 3 holy books, in the Torah, in the Bible, and in the Quran, in various, a few times, more than once. The gem is something very, how I can say, very emotional to people, especially in GCC, because before oil and gas, the economy was mainly based on the pearl production. So I see when I participate to exhibition, I have people coming and they are all looking at the pearl differently and saying, oh, my grandfather, my uncle, and they all have someone in their family who was related to the pearl business. So it's more than only gem. It's a gem with a story, with a spirituality, with emotion. There is different belief. You have people who, mainly in India, who believe that if you wear a pearl and it's touching your skin, it's gonna give you sort of power. You have different belief around pearl. I believe it's a gem coming from a living animal, so it still have a life after going out from the oyster. And it's true because, more you wear pearl, more they get shiny and stay shiny. Why? Because our body is made mainly of water. So wearing a pearl, we keep moisturizing the pearl that used to live in water, so it stays shiny. So often, we always tell to our customer, and you can read it in many books that mention that wearing pearl keep the pearl shiny because our skin keep moisturizing the luster of the pearl. So, of course, it's different from any other gem.
I had no clue about this. Thank you for sharing that fact. And your association as general manager for Robert Wan, how it happened to be like the brand visibility is amazing.
Thank you so much for noticing. Yes, so I have a Master of Marketing and Management in the luxury industry. So the luxury industry is always an industry that attracted me, and I'm specialized. But Robert Wan for me was a challenge because yes, it's a luxury product, and it was challenge because it was for the region, as you have to introduce a product, a black pearl, to a region which people are mainly used to light pearl color. So it wasn't easy. So we have to develop a full concept around it and try to understand how we can introduce this to people and make it interesting for them. So we worked on a concept called the Pearl Bar. The setup is like a bar where you have different plates presenting the island of Mr. Robert Wan. With each island has its own pearl with different shade, different color, different shape. And we installed this pearl bar concept in the biggest department store in the region. So we were in Dubai Mall, Bloomingdale, in Arvenekel, Mall of Emirates, as well in that concept store in Mall of Emirates. This concept, the good thing about this concept, it's very interactive. So people come because they're very interested to see what's this black pearl set up in a pearl bar. So you interact with people, you try to explain them, educate them. Then once they get the story and they understand why they're black, they fall in love with the story, of course. It's very hard that you cannot attract the mind of a person by the story.
Super tough.
So this is the way we introduced the Tahitian to Middle East. But as well, we were very lucky at our arrival to the region. We opened a store in Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi, which is give us open entrance very fast to the palaces. So, of course, when people start to see in the region princess wearing this mysterious black strand, they quickly got attracted and start to research. This was, to be honest, was a big help. Same for Qatar. Sheikh Hamouza fell in love with Robert Wan during all her trip in French Polynesia. And Sheikh Hamouza is known as the fashion icon.
She's
so it's
fabulous.
anything she wears, it's just like
It's a
sell.
trend.
So it helped us a lot. We even like didn't push her to buy anything. She was just coming to Bora Bora and buying from our stores, which opened us directly the door with Al Fardan Jewellery in Doha, who directly put us in 8 points of sale in the biggest Mall of Qatar, Landmark Mall in Vendôme Mall, which the most recent. So it was, we were very lucky, but also I believe that the pearl is queen of the gem and the gem of all the queens. So of course it seduces all the queen, and when the queen wear, people follow. So that's why we try to develop a daily collection, which is affordable for everyone. So if you go to our collection, we have Links of Love, which is just a simple necklace with one pearl. We have a Zoya collection where we try to highlight the mix-shape pearl. But all the pieces we create reflect our passion for the Tahitian pearl, but also are very simple and minimalist, because we don't want to break or hide the beauty of the pearl itself. We just want to highlight and elevate it. So it's very simple. At the end, we want to sell the pearl, not the jewelry.
What I love about it, that firstly, that I was intrigued by the colors it has. Like I always had this in mind that, oh, it's a blackish, grayish pearl, but it's not just that. It's like more than 25 colors. I'm getting variety to choose from. Then you guys have strings that are amazing. So it's such a beautiful young concept to pick and choose, and it literally makes me pick one for myself. I see is this as very daring move to come to the market who's obsessed with wearing white pearls of all shapes and sizes. Definitely, it's the queen of all gems, and it holds special importance in heart of people of GCC, because that's something they had when definitely this was not this what we see today. So yes, it's about creating market. I want to focus more on this thing that okay, you understand there's a problem. You're introducing gray pearl in a market obsessed with white. So what were the efforts? Because I want to understand more from the business perspective that what were the thoughts put behind. You knew the challenge, but you excelled out. You are already favorite among so many people. So can you talk more about the business aspect of promoting a product that is technically not acceptable in the market, but now everyone wants to have it?
Yes, it was not easy. It took some time. People had this idea of Tahitian pearl, the black pearl, gray pearl. But if you look closer, we offer different color, a huge variety of color with different shape, different quality. We focus because we have our own island, Mr. Robert Wan own tree island where he do the pearl farming. Something very important to us, it's environment. We make sure that we protect the nature. We take care of the oyster and the sea. So the island of Mr. Robert Wan are totally private. There is no any commercial activity allowed. Only the worker live there. And we make sure that nothing is polluting the water. So even the worker, they circulate only with cycle or golf car. To ensure the water is clean, there is no pollution. So the oyster can stay in a very healthy atmosphere. We place the farm after the coral because the oyster is eating from the mineral coming out from the barrier of coral. When the oysters are healthy, they are producing the most beautiful pearl. When I say beautiful pearl, it's not dark pearl. It's pearl coming with a beautiful luster and a shade going from green to cherry, blue. Blue is very rare, but it still happens. Those colors are incredible. You can find them only in Robert Wan farm. When we introduced the pearl bar, we were trying to focus mainly on this colorful pearl, just to educate people and show them it's not the black pearl. We're not selling black pearl.
Yeah,
I have people coming and they're like, I want black pearl. I'm like, we don't have black pearl. Like, if we get black pearl in our harvest, it's very low quality because there is no luster. It just looks like an onyx sphere. But we have green, blue, cherry, and when you look at it closer, around the daylight, then people understand. They're like, oh yeah, it's green, it's blue, it's a beautiful color, it's incredible. And they start to feel like they are wearing something very unique. And one pearl belongs to one oyster. And sometimes it becomes very challenging to do a pair of earrings because it's very hard to find the same color. So when people understand the difficulty, even to do a matching strand, which takes sometimes 7 to 8 years to finish a pearl strand, because the matching takes time to find the same shade, same color, same luster, same size, etc. It takes so many years. So they understand that it's very rare. I'm getting one piece which belongs to one oyster, and that is very unique. So they like this. Now the market is all about differentiation, having something proper to me, very unique. So when they go to the pearl bar, we let them the choice to choose. So it's like make your own bracelet, customize your own piece, gift to your friend something that you make your own. So people like that. They feel like this is something that belongs to them. They made it for their friend or themselves. So this is how we play with it. And as soon as people start to understand that how the difficulty, even if it's sculpture pearl, but we just participate to 2% of the process. All the rest is natural. We don't control the color, the shape, everything is, it's the nature who decides. So every harvest is a surprise for us. As soon as we harvest, you can see people from our team opening the oyster from the boat because they are so excited to see the color, the shape, the shade. Is it a good harvest? Is it a harvest full for inclusion? We are always excited. This is the nature we can't control. So when people are educated about the difficulty and understand how it's hard to harvest pearl and the specificity of Tahitian pearl and the different color, they fall in love with it because they are, okay, now I understand. It's even harder to match a string or to find a beautiful, round, perfect pearl for Tahitian pearl than maybe a Japanese or a pearl from the Gulf, because we have variety. The variety is even bigger. So I think, yes, people get seduced by this. And people want to be different. I think they want to break the white classic strand that everybody associates. So colorful, look more edgy, look more rock and roll, look more modern. It's what people are looking now. They're looking to wear something different. It's accepted also by the male customer because black is more masculine. So male are starting to also accept wearing black pearl. Maybe not the white pearl, but black pearl is still okay. So we are working hard on it to make it more acceptable.
Are we expecting any dedicated collection only for men? Because I'm very sure that this is something very relatable. Me, as someone who look at it, would love to own it. So what are the efforts you guys are putting in launching a men collection? Are we going to see it any sooner?
Yeah, and this is a very good point. So basically, recently, a lot of studies confirm that the pearl will be the men accessory. I don't like to say accessory, but for men, it's more accepted than jewelry. That will be the men accessory for this summer. So we are working hard on developing a men collection and also trying to converting from men liking jewelry to men wearing pearl jewelry. We developed a collection proper to male, which is cuffling. So all these pieces are mainly focused on men, just to try to make men comfortable with wearing mother of pearl and black pearl, step by step. And we also working on a summer collection, which is very simple necklace for men with cotton, wax cotton threads and one pearl, very masculine for bracelet as well. We're focusing mainly on dark pearl, baroque shape, just to make it more viril, more okay for men to wear it. Even we saw recently so many men celebrities like Pierce Brosnan, and as well wearing very well a black pearl necklace, as well Jason Momoa, if I pronounce well, the actor of Aquaman, who's always wearing a black pearl, and this man is virility in person. So if he can wear, everyone can wear. Even some celebrity from the urban, like Pharrell Williams, have been wearing pearl recently more and more. So it starts to be like more visible. Hopefully by July, Harvey Nickel in Mall of Emirates will reintroduce the jewelry section to the merchandise, and Robert Wan will be one of the brand of the jewelry
shows
section.
Because there's so many shows will be starting from October onwards.
Yes, October Ajad jewelry show will be happening in Doha, and we will be there under Al Fardan Pavilion, like every year since I think 2019. Ajad is one of our important show as well that we prepare from summer. We start to prepare the collection.
Lovely, Wafa. Wishing you all the best with that.
Thank you so much. So I think really this summer it will be a big hit. And I can see in the previous exhibition, we're seeing more men coming, asking just information, always saying I'm not going to wear it now, I'm just going to wear it for my vacation when I will be in Mykonos or south of France. I just want to wear...
That narrative is changing. People are loving... me as a man would love to acquire something from a renowned brand or something that suits my, it goes with my attire, be it on holiday or office. When you, is there any narrative, is there any dedicated efforts in marketing you guys putting out? Because you already told us that you are in different parts of GCC in various prestigious malls. What are the efforts you guys are putting in marketing plan to put that word more louder, that this is for men, and or for that matter, the pearl is for everyone? This one is also as good as something you have been loving it since age of your grandmother.
Yes. First, by developing a collection which is dedicated to men, already it's gonna give more visibility, and because before even we launch a proper men collection, a lot of men come and buy from the Pearl Bar. Just a simple. We always market it as a unisex, of course. So now we are just making it a little bit more loud and saying it's a men collection, and we did a recent shoot that we start to promote on all the platform, and we have very good response. We are when we exhibit in a jewelry exhibition like Doha Jewelry Show, we always leave a counter which is mainly focused on men jewelry, where we highlight the collection. We try to put some visual, really to highlight that this is men collection. Viril men are wearing it. Pearl are not only for women. No, people are coming and asking, are starting to be a little bit more familiar. And accept to wear pearl. They started wearing them with cufflink. Cufflink, it's a men product. So step by step, we're trying to move from cufflink, tasbih to men bracelet, men necklace. Step by step, it's starting to move. Yeah, of course, here it's again in the region is biggest challenge because it's against the culture, because men accessory is associated to femininity, so they don't see it as it's accepted for male to wear a bracelet or necklace. But step by step, with the power of marketing, with some advertising, some male celebrity very very viril that are wearing pearl. Hopefully, it will lead and guide men being okay with that.
What I feel that it's already out there, but for this particular region, it needs certain more push. Don't you believe that having someone who represents the country or who represents more of culture would be a best fit for, putting that word out loud? That
Yes. No, true.
there are already some certain luxury pearl brands out there in the market, but when you ventured as Robert Wan, what were the other challenges besides the color of the pearl?
Okay. So for me, we don't have competition. So we are the only one in the market who can offer black pearl. Robert Wan is the main producer for black pearl. So we produce the most beautiful pearl. We're the only one from French Polynesia who went to worldwide with the black pearl. As I explained earlier, we have our own island. We grow our own oyster. So the quality, no one can beat us. We are the number one. Two, Tahitian pearl. In the market, Robert Wan is the only one in the Tahitian pearl worldwide. So you cannot find any black pearl. So we don't have competition. So our only indirect competition will be probably Paspalais, Mikimoto, even though for me are not competition because they're different.
They're very different.
It's a different color, different shape, different clientele. So we complete each other. I have customer coming to me and they're like, Wafa, I want white pearl. I'm like, you're at the wrong person. You came to the wrong person. Just go to Mikimoto or to other brand who are specialized on light pearl and they will be happy for you. But I'm happy to give you black pearl. I don't want. We do harvest some light pearl color, but it's not our specialty. When I make jewelry, if you see well, we focus in black, green, Tahitian, like a peacock pearl color. We have some collection with light pearl, but very rare. We really want to highlight our black pearl, our dark pearl color. So if you want white pearl, you have to go to Australia. You want pink pearl, go to Japan. You want gold pearl, go to Philippines. Like, I'm happy to educate people and explain them. Then they see differently. They're like, oh, okay. And then I have customer asking for some design and they're like, okay, I love this design, but I want, can you put light pearl? I say, no. I say, you came to Robert Wan. I don't want to sell you light pearl color. I want to sell you what we make the best, which is the peacock color, the green pearl, the silver color. Those colors are the one that represent the brand. You are wearing it from far. We know this is from Tahiti.
In niche product like Tahitian pearl and especially talking about Robert Wan, how do you ensure the secondary sale? Like what brings in people back to the brand? I understand it's very unique. You cannot find it elsewhere. But what's the other factors that bring, how you ensure like if someone took that necklace or some article, how they come back again with their friends or family? Or
usually people always come back because pearl are very unique. So sometimes I have a customer coming for the first time. I always offer them to go for something very simple, just to start the journey with maybe a simple pearl bracelet from the pearl bar or a Links of Love necklace with one pearl. And then they realize they get so many compliments because it's very different. And when you are at the daylight, the color, it really highlights differently. So they get so many compliments and always they come back or they start to make more research or they text me, they want to complete the set with the matching bracelet or the matching earring, or they come back, they want to buy a gift for their friend. But also it's our work as we marketer, we need to do some CRM and keep the customer happy. It's our work as a brand, and also we have to work on the CRM in the customer relation management and make sure the customer who bought it will come back. So we always make sure that the customer is happy with his order. We do so many campaigns when it's Mother Day, when it's UAE National Day, other local event, we send a gift, flower, we reach out to our customer, we invite them to events. So it's we work on the relationship with our customer. You know, the market in the region is very saturated. There's so many beautiful brands, a little population. Everybody is creating something incredible. So we always have to keep up, stay there, work hard, make our customer loyal, and take care of them. I know a lot of people come for the brand, for the collection, but they also come for me because we want to make sure we have a good relationship. So
100%.
many of my customers became my friend because, especially a pearl jeweler, I'm a pearl jeweler, we are passionate more than just like business oriented.
Yes.
We love what we do. Like if you meet Robert, he's 86, he's still the person who I report directly because he don't want to delegate. Like he built this empire and this is not work for him. It's his passion. It's his passion. He can talk about pearl for 3-4 hours. He just love it and he work hard. And he said, I dedicated all my life to this beautiful gem to make sure the oyster is in good health, is making nice pearl, always improving the technique, making sure we take care of the nature. We're not hurting the oyster. So we are not just business oriented. Like if you meet Robert, you will be like, okay, this guy is not a businessman. He's just in love with his pearl because he can talk about pearl for hours and tell you how he's trying to always make it improve. And when you are passionate, you want to make sure your customer, the person who is wearing it, is happy. And it makes me very happy when I see customer or friend wearing the pearl or posting a picture. I was like, you're wearing the beautiful pearl, it suits you.
It definitely gives you a huge boost as a brand.
So we create this relationship with our customer, which is really number one. And I'm very close to the customer. Like when we do exhibition, I'm there on the floor with the staff because I want to make sure to hear the feedback, to understand what people say, what people ask, what they don't want, what they want. And according to all this feedback, we try to quickly react and then develop something and make sure that we are like in line with what people are expecting, in line with the standard of quality, of luxury. And so yeah, we have to work on that to stay alive.
And when you talk to your customers about what they're liking, what's their new requirements, so what kind of feedbacks you receive, what they would like to wear down the line?
So the feedback are, there's various feedback, but they're always a little bit the same, very close to each other. So in the region of Middle East, people love diamond. So they often ask me to add more diamond to the jewelry, and I always try to explain them that I don't want to hide the beauty of the pearl with the shine of the diamond. So we put some diamond, but we don't want to. We want to keep the pearl, the main gem. So we work on some design so everybody can be happy. So we see the pearl and we see the diamond. So this is the main feedback. Feedback number 2, people are always looking for gifting item and they love to associate pearl as a gifting. So they always ask us for small pieces, baby collection, gifting items. So we have this a lot. So we try to do like gifting sets just to be able to offer more variety. Yes, that's the main feedback, diamond and gifting pieces.
Talking about brand guidelines, following the brand guidelines that this is how you want to look, this is how your piece should look, this is how the pearl used in the jewelry should look. Keeping that thing in your mind, are you developing something new which we're gonna see in near future, because the GCC buying season is about to pick. I understand the brands like yours have a niche buyers around the year, but are you doing something seasonal? Are you gearing up for the new season?
So yes, we are working on some new pieces. So in the region, because mainly of our customers are local customers.
Mm-hmm.
So the local customer wear the traditional abaya. So unfortunately, we don't see the necklace. So the main pieces that they're always keen to buy are rings and bangle. Especially we have like we can say we have 8 fingers that we can feel. So we can develop and we can work on rings. But yes, mainly we are working on developing a new collection, focusing mainly on rings and bangle because they are the main product that we are selling. We want to do something more trendy, something different, because bangle are very close to each other. If you go to different brand, it's always the same style, the hard bangle with pavé diamond or simple. So we're trying to work on that. Usually summer, except the main collection that we are working on, we always focus on developing, designing, creating, brainstorming to prepare for the season that will be starting from September, October. October we have Ajad, a small exhibition in Doha, and then February Doha Jewellery exhibitions. From October, the season starting from us, it will be back to back.
Would you like to share some misconceptions related with pearls that you hear on day-to-day basis and you feel like, gosh, that's not so pearl, this question shouldn't come to us as a brand. Some misconceptions about the pearl that you come across from your customers and then you try to educate them. I'm sure it would be a funny conversation always, but pearl is not for everyone, honestly. But who comes for pearl will buy pearl only.
Exactly. Yes. Pearl, it's a niche market. That's why when we have a customer, we take care of this customer because means that he loves pearl in general. It's a pearl person. And he loves black pearl. So usually when you step in, you're going to stay with us forever. And it always works usually. So it's niche market. It's not for everybody. So usually people who love pearl, they know about pearl.
Yes.
So which is making it more challenging but more interesting because I love to have someone in front of me who's educated. It happened that I learn from customer because they teach me about some way that they used to drill the pearl here in GCC and how they used to conserve the pearl. So in general, yes, 80% of the customer are already educated about pearl and know how to take care of it, understand the characteristic and all. You have some people who are discovering the pearl, who are very interested and curious to know about it, which is very nice because you can just seduce them and take them to the journey of Robert Wan and you can see all the eyes are shiny. But yes, the most funny thing is like a lot of people tell me, okay, I am gonna get this pearl strand. Should I put a glass of water in the cupboard with the pearl? I said, what? She said, yeah, one shop told us to do that and they keep a glass of water on the drawer. I said, I don't understand why they have to do that.
They took moisture thing quite literally.
Yeah, so you have different way. And they tell me because, no, I think the behind it's not wrong. They just thought that putting a glass of water will humidify the weather and will moisturize the pearl and the pearl's gonna stay alive. So I say, no, listen, just wear your pearl more often, touch it with your finger, with your skin, and it's enough to stay moisturized. You don't have to put a glass of water. Then you have some people who think that we polish the pearl to make them look round and we polish some pearl to make them look baroque. So I just explain them that it's not a diamond or different mineral stone that you have to cut and polish to see the shine. For us, you just remove it from the oyster, and then the only thing we have to do, it's like just clean it with a wet tissue, and we drill to do the setting. That's it. That's the only thing we have to do for the pearl. We don't need to cut or polish or put any product, otherwise we're gonna spoil it. Yeah, that's the only. But in general, people know already understand.
I'm not a pearl expert or someone who collects pearl, but I would love a short tip about how to take care of the pearl jewelry.
Very simple. The pearl, how to take care of it. The same way of your skin, you shouldn't put perfume on it directly. Even though I will be the wrong student because I do that and still my pearl are still shiny. Yes, alcohol can affect the luster of
The pearl.
and the shine of the pearl. So of course to avoid, and as well the color of the pool. Some pool has strong color. Even for us, sometimes it can affect your eyes. So this is very bad for the pearl, but all the rest is fine. Like, to be honest, I take shower with it, I swim with it. It's fine. You can go to the sea with pearl. It's not gonna affect anything. But yeah, mainly alcohol and chlor are the two things to avoid.
Wafa, quick this and that, and we are done. Tahitian pearl or South Sea pearl?
Tahitian pearl,
Collector's piece or commercial jewelry?
collector piece.
Round pearl or baroque pearl?
Round, more unique.
Cherry colored pearl or green colored pearl?
Green,
Pearls of Queen Elizabeth or Sheikh Hamza?
Sheikh Hamza by far.
Men collection on Ahmad bin Sulaim or Shah Rukh Khan?
Ahmed Ben Sulayem.
Selling privately or selling in an exhibition?
Privately,
Collection on a display or customization?
customization.
That was amazing. Thank you, Wafa.
Thank you.
I have learned so much about like pearl in just an hour of a session of just by talking to you. Thank you so much sharing those bits with us, Wafa. It was lovely having you on the Jewellery Pod.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me today. It was such a pleasure to just share a little bit of my of Robert Wan story, of my experience, of my.
It was very
nice.
informational. It was very intriguing to know pearls this close. This was my first experience knowing them so this close. Thank you for sharing those bits with us.
Thank you.